but at least they come out with a positive outlook, and that's the positive, the spin of having the two divisions. When you spin it the other way, where you have a team that might be 0-10 against the East, they still got 10 games left. Now they go out there, maybe they win 10 games against their own division. They finish the season 10-10, or they could finish the season 8-12, still feel good about themselves, still make the playoffs, and there's that positive spin where it works the other way.
Sure, but yeah, and then I know I've talked about this with some other managers is that you've got newer teams, and I feel bad for them because if they're starting out, playing A division teams 3 out of 4 weeks, their confidence level is probably shot right now.
Yeah.
So that's another takeaway of it. It's and I don't think for the long term health of the league, I don't think that's probably a very good thing because you got teams that, hey, I can't compete with these guys. I haven't won a game in 4 weeks.
Right.
Why am I even bothering? So again, I think there's some stuff that probably needs to be ironed out, and Stu is good that way, and he will look at it and he'll talk with the other managers, and probably if there are 2 divisions next year, I think it'll probably be a little smoother.
I agree. Plus, it gives them a feel of some of these new teams in the league. I mean, you have just in our division, you have Balls Deep. They're a new team to the spring season. I know they played in the fall, but this is their first year with the spring. And then you have Carnage, that's new to the spring. Danny Blaine's and the Embezzlers, all new, established teams in the spring. So that's half the league right there that are new. So you kind of, they kind of get the feel of what the league is about, and that's kind of what you want them to do because you don't want them to, like you said, they're going to go in, they might get hammered in a couple of weeks, but there's that light at the end of the tunnel when they look at the schedule, right. And they say, you know what, but just rough it out. Nobody likes losing, but you know what, we learn, we know what we're up against. And if we ever want to get to the other division, we know what kind of team we need to put in the league to compete with the other division.
Exactly.
So it's a live and learn process. I mean, I know other leagues do it to certain aspects, which is, it really comes off as terrible because the commissioners or the league organizers have no idea what the team is about. And they just go to the manager and say, hey, we have 3 divisions, A, B, and C. What do you think you should be? And then the manager will be like, oh, yeah, put us in the B division. We're new. And then they go and roll the league 20-0, right. And they should have been in the A division the whole time. So this is not like that. Stu is very familiar with all the managers in this league, despite some of them being new. They've been in the league before, and kind of that's what happens. You have players that they come into the league on a team, and they play for a couple seasons, and then they decide, you know what, I want to do this myself with my own team. And then you get a split. And most times you get 2 teams out of that split. Right. Sometimes you get 1, but...
well, and I think maybe all but one of the teams, one of the new teams, I think everyone else is has some sort of nexus to an old team that played last year. So, again, it goes to your point. Teams just keep spawning out, and hopefully enough spawn out, and you get go back to the old Richmond County days where you had 16, 18 teams.
I mean, 1995, the first year of Damage Inc. Entering the Richmond County Softball League. This was we played for the Just for Kicks prior to that. That was terrible. But 1995, there was 26. You're not hearing this wrong. 26 teams, 3 divisions, and it was a 26-game schedule. So there was nobody played. You'd go through a season with playoffs where you might not even play certain teams in the league.
Yeah, and I remember starting doubleheaders at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. The time slots were 8:30, 10, 11:30, 1, 2:30, and 4. And if we had to do a triple header, you had the option of playing at 4:15 or 4 o'clock, 4:15 at another field, or you had to wait till 5 o'clock till the 2:30, 4 o'clock games were over, or 7:30 in the morning. Remember those?
Yeah, we played a few of them. It's a time to change, right?
I remember playing 7:30, 7:30 and 9 o'clock, then trying to keep the team together at like Perkins or Applebee's, and then going back and playing a 1 o'clock game.
Right. Or when they move fields on you and Joe Morales has plays left field with a chicken nugget in his pocket.
Nugget Pocket. He was the original Nugget Pocket. So I think he should sue for copyright infringement to Adam Sandler. He's the original Nugget Pocket, or he was buying hot dogs through the right field fence on Father Capodanno Boulevard, or ice cream in the left field fence at the old hockey rink field.
Uh-huh.
And I got to see him this Saturday, so
yeah.
I was like, I asked him, I was like, they must have been scraping, the FiOrioles must have been scraping bottom. Joe Morales is awake.
Yeah, Joey, I got him out of semi-retirement to come down to play the game, and actually played well. So I think he was all excited about going into the Diamond Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, he was all smiles. I couldn't even like piss him off. He was very proud of himself. I can tell you that. But well deserved. It's good. Joe's a good guy. If anybody has not experienced or been exposed to Joe Morales, he's a great guy, great sense of humor, funny, have you on your toes because he's just got that sharp one-line wit comments. But he always does something that leaves you scratching your head going, how old's this guy?
Older than me. Older than you, I think.
We could have a show just based on what Joe Morales has done in the past 30-plus years.
Yeah.
All right, getting back to softball, since this is a softball show. So, are you feeling a little pressure this year? Like, you feel maybe it's a little different than years past with the tight division and everybody playing so well, and some of the teams kind of beefed up over the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the teams, made some key additions, and it was always pressure, especially when we won the league 3 years in a row. So, I mean, again, it's not. It's just great competition. We just happen to, pull out the right plays, and just make the plays when we need to in the end. But yeah, there's a lot of competition, and I honestly, this year, I mean, it's just everyone's so relaxed. I mean, even last year, just so relaxed, just having fun. I mean, if we win, great. If we lose, we're just having fun. I mean, I think everyone's old enough now to realize, hey, this is just a game. This is just a get out there 3-4 hours, every Saturday, and just enjoy each other's company. I mean, go out after, have a few drinks and, just have a good time. And I think that's really it. And I think everyone's played really loose this year. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. So
it's funny that you say that. It is. It's funny you say that because I've said that to my team the last couple of weeks. I said, I'm having a lot of fun this year. Like, we've played 6 games. We have played 6 games this year. Okay? I've played 2 of them. I've only played 2 out of the 6 games. No, I'm sorry. I'm mistaken that. I've played 2 whole games. 2 of the games I took myself out early to let someone else go in the game. And the other 2 games I sat. And you know me. I usually like to be involved. I want to be involved, win or lose. I want to be on the field. I always, like a caged animal, hated being in the dugout. But I'm having so much fun with my team that I don't care that I'm sitting there, BSing with whoever's on the bench or cracking jokes, or I'm having a lot of fun. And, unfortunately, I think that comes with age, Mike.
Yeah, no, it does. I think you're right, Kev.
It took us a long time to figure out, we always knew it was a game and it was about having fun, but I think it just took us to get to a certain age to figure out that, if you're part of something special, it doesn't matter what aspect you are in that group, you're still part of something special. And I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, but the texting all week, the group texts back and forth with the team, who's making fun of who, and who's who's stalking who during the week while they're at work through text, and we do the same thing. We go out after games and have usually Applebee's, and we bump into the Janikis and the Kaczynskis when we're there.
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at it, and it even just extends off the softball field. I mean, like, we just, you and I were at John Joseph's wedding a couple months ago.
Yes.
I mean, just having, it's a great time to just, unwind with your friends,
yes.
Have a good time. Win or lose, who really, at the end of the day, who really cares? It's just a good time, have some good competition, good sportsmanship, and just have fun.
I'm like I said, I'm really enjoying myself, and everybody can say, everybody can point to us and say, yeah, you guys are enjoying yourself because you're combined 14-1 or whatever the hell we are. Yeah, I mean, yeah, winning is fun, but you know what? We all had our share of losing, so we all know what it feels like. It's nothing new.
I mean, when I was younger, I would lose sleep about losing a game, especially a close game. Now, hey, you tried your best. It didn't work out for you. It's really not the end of the world.
Yeah. I mean, I got plenty of other reasons to lose sleep. Softball's not going to be one of them anymore.
Absolutely right. No, yeah, this is what it is.
So, as an Orioles fan, I got to ask you this.
All right.
How? I don't know if you watched it. I did watch some of it, but how is the experience of playing a baseball game in an entirely empty stadium?
Well, I did watch some of it.
How weird was
I
that?
just thought. I mean, that's just a cool thing. I mean, it's just. Just as a fan, I mean, I like to look. I like to hear the fielders call each other off. I like to hear the coaches yell at the player. It's just in a stadium, you don't hear that.
Right.
When you're there live, yeah, if you're close enough, maybe you hear a little bit of it. But there, I mean, you heard everything.
It felt like a Staten Island Yankees game.
Exactly. And that's and at the major league level, it's just. And I've been at Camden Yards 100 times. So just to see it empty like that, it was like, I mean, it was weird. Surreal.
I mean, to hear the crack of the bat just echo when what was it, Chris Davis? Is that who you got on your team?
Chris Davis, yeah. Chris Davis had a home run.
When he hit that shot, I mean, it echoed like all over the stadium, and you hear Gary Thorne over the broadcasters that were covering it. You hear him yelling in the background on the radio. So,
yeah.
And all five scouts were given a standing ovation. So I mean, you had Caleb Joseph signing fake autographs.
Well, that's probably the only time anyone's going to ask him for an autograph anyway. So,
he's got to sign him when he can.
Yeah, you're right. And you think nobody's there because he ain't taking a bow in center field anytime soon. But I mean, the game was 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours 3 minutes. I mean, it just goes to show you when the obviously TV's a business, but when TV's not involved and they guys just want to go and get up there and play the game. The game to get done, and it wasn't even like a 2-0 shutout. It was some runs scored. So
when TV's involved, it makes everything longer. You have longer breaks between starting an inning. You have the on-field entertainment that goes on. All that stuff. You have the vendor. You had none of that. You had no beer here. No get your hot dogs. Nobody barking. It was eerie, but at the same time soothing kind of experience. But I have to give kudos to the Oriole fans who did show up, and they lined outside the gate, and they got to hear the PA announcing of who was up, and they reacted to everything. And you could see some of them were listening to it on the radio, and they were kind of reacting, as it was happening. So you got to give the kudos to the Orioles fans for, at least trying to get out to the game.
Yeah, I know the Orioles fans. I mean, they're good. I mean, ever since Buck Showalter took over the team, I mean, they've been out there. I mean, there's so much orange now in the stadium every time you go. And I remember going there, there'd be 5,000 people there, and or going when the Red Sox or the Yankees play at the Fenway or Yankee Stadium South. And now, when the Yankees or Sox come in there, you still see, the majority of orange